Let's start with the BET Awards, man. How y'all felt about the overall production of the BET Awards? Because we all used to love that. It used to be like a ritual to watch the BET Awards every year coming up when we was kids. What, BET Awards? Nigga couldn't wait to go sit down in front of that. But ever since they sold BET, I felt like it been on a super duper decline. Yep. Super decline. So how y'all felt about this year's BET Awards?
It was trash. To me, it was trash, bro. Like outside of the ass shaking that stimulated my male brain, like outside of that, it really wasn't nothing for me to watch. Like I said, I think that they could have had more male performers or more male like people to help the tribute for Usher as well, because I didn't necessarily, again, not that I'm knocking women, but I think if you're gonna have a man up there and you're going to be giving a tribute to Usher, it should have been some men up there that, and they could have found there's a lot of men that are qualified to go ahead and I feel like assist with that tribute, and they didn't. So I feel like the theme of the BET Awards this year was for the ladies, for the girls, and it showed throughout. To me, I just wasn't really fucking with it that much. I liked Taraji as a host. Thought she was a great host. I thought she did her thing. But besides that, just to me, it was a reflection of where our culture is right now, you know, with hip hop music, social media, and we just not in a good spot. Like, you got Ice Spice, Sexy Red. I mean, it was, like I said, a whole bunch of ass shaking and fuck my baby daddy. Like, that's not really what I'm trying to go watch for 2 hours. So I ended up tuning.
Yeah, it was a lot of over-sexualized women. Shout out to Glorilla, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. You know, they were doing their thing, and I understand the sexual empowerment thing, but I do believe that we have much more to offer than that. I know Will Smith did like a deep song with him and Kirk Franklin. It sounded pretty good. It sounded like some motivational shit, but it just felt like at this point,
Will is crazy, bro. No, he did not try to come back with Kirk Franklin after you just smacked the shit out of Chris Rock.
Crazy, that, bro. Viral. You know a nigga got to find Christ after a controversy.
That's what niggas do. Oh God,
that's what we do, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, you like a nigga catch a domestic case, all of a sudden him and wifey in church every Sunday.
Man, listen, bro. Prime example: Mike Tyson went to jail. What did he do? He convert Muslim, bro. Come on, man. Like, it's the cliche thing, man. That's what we do.
Hey, Will, you a fool, bro. You a fool. I respect it though.
Exactly. So he's trying to get his fans back, but I understand where, like you said, basically with the over sexualization of these women. And, you know, I like the fact that Taraji kind of popped out with the Kendrick Lamar song, like They Not Like Us. She did that. I feel like now, to the point, it's no longer a diss song. It's low-key an anthem for Black people. Right now, it's like the summer anthem, They Not Like Us. It's like a cliche thing, like somebody do something different. They not like us.
Exactly.
It surpassed Beef and Drake.
Is that now forever cemented in the Ebonic handbook? You know how you play football, you got mossed. You play basketball, Kobe, you shoot that in the trash can. Yeah. If you lost a diss track, you got ethered. Now it's They Not Like Us.
Somebody do some weird shit around us, man. They not like us.
They not like us. Like, it just go with everything.
It goes with everything now. And so I love the fact that she kind of did it. You know, it's kind of cool. And then shout out to Jody, you know, her baby daddy from Baby Boy. They kept cutting to him every time she was rapping on stage. I don't know if they were trying to get at
that was you know what? People said it was fire, but then some people was like, man, this was corny. Why the fuck did she come out and do that?
It was corny, but I get what she's trying to get at, bro. She's the world is making They Not Like Us the new anthem. And like my boy Khalid just said, it need more male performance there. It was too female driven. You know what I'm saying? Shit, they should have had just Kendrick come out and do it. Not like that. BT got the money. They could have just paid him. I mean, he did a concert. Like, at that point, the song is so hot. Just pay the man.
That nigga was like, I'm tired of performing this shit. He's like, I did that shit 10 times in one night.
Hey.
Oh, God. He might never perform that again. Hey, did BT low-key choose a side in the beef, though, letting her come out and perform that? Like, if you were
in LA. They in LA.
They had no choice. They in LA, bro. We ain't bumping
nothing. He didn't win nothing.
Yeah.
They in the land. Yeah. But I felt like, I don't know, man. This whole women empowerment thing is like, where the fellas at? It was like no love for the fellas in the building. Are they just not cracking and the females cracking that much? Or are they pushing that agenda? Because they said they cut Usher's speech short the second he started talking men empowerment. Like, shout out to the fellas, you know, let's be strong.
The fathers.
They cut all that shit. Shout out the fathers. They cut all that. But when Sexy Red was on stage, they just ran all that ratchet shit. So I wasn't feeling that at all.
Sexy Red, man, like I was saying with her, like she embodies And the shit she says about black men and women is shit that we used to say when we was in 7th grade, 6th grade, calling, before you really learn how hurtful certain shit could be, we was calling black girls shit. They was calling us shit. Like, that's to me, what she embodies is
like
that.
She hasn't grown up yet.
Yeah, that whole like ratchet girl in first period, just, you feel me, in the PJs, whatever. Like, that's what she reminds me of, and that's the vibe she gives off, and that's even how she speaks to us, as if we're just those types of people. And so I just want to know when black people gonna make a stand and stop championing that shit, because she's way out of line. And anytime I see her, I turn her off, because I'm not gonna listen to that degeneracy. That's just me.
This the thing though. I think she's being herself, but like magnifying it by 50 or 100.
Yeah,
because it's working, it's selling, she getting the bag. You gotta realize she was in the hood. Like, she was in she from St. Louis, and coming up earlier in her career, you can go back, see her on footage with FBG Duck and the 60-30s out there in Chicago. So she was in Iraq, in the hood, like in the hood parties. So this is really her. She really like a ratchet from the hood, but it's winning. So she like, fuck it, this is the winning formula. Man, fuck all that save the people shit. I'm getting the bag. I'm out the hood. I'm taking care of my family. That's how I believe she's viewing it. So us on the outside looking in, especially being older than her, we looking at it more so like, damn, this is a representation of the culture overall. Like, we looking at the bigger picture. She looking at it like, fuck that bigger picture. I'm winning now. So can we be mad at her, or how do we combat this? Because on one hand, we can say, yeah, man, she degenerate, she this and that. But the second she get on some positive shit, they're probably not playing her no more. She's not getting these performances. She's not getting booked. She's getting booked for the ratchet shit.
No, that's a fact. I think that's a fact. And we do got to find a baseline. I mean, I guess if you don't like it, just turn it off, right? Like, that's all that you can really do, because when you say it like that, somebody coming from the hood or whatever the case is, they trying to get their bag, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, you can't save everybody. And I'm not really asking. I don't think people are looking for her to be a savior anyway. So if you don't want to intake or ingest the degeneracy, turn it off. Yeah.
Did y'all? I don't. And to combat what you're saying, you know who made a powerful speech? Killer Mike. When Killer Mike got, I think, Rap Album of the Year, he was putting it down for the black culture, black men, black fathers. He was telling all black fathers stand up. So to combat that ignorance, and they got so overshadowed with all the feminine energy and all that ratchet shit. And I wish we did have more men speak up like that for it, because we're at the age, Viral, I know you and I are similar in age, where I think now we're starting to love that pro-black, pro-father, not all niggas ain't shit, that baby daddy. Right. We killed all that stigma. So now when we hear another man say it, it's like the affirmation that we've been known about ourselves, but to hear other people who we don't know that has a big platform, has a big following here, it's more so now like a refreshing to hear that shit, but not everybody want to hear that shit. We used to the Sexy Red. We're lowering our standards with Sexy Red and the ratchet shit and shake my ass on a fucking BET award or EBT awards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's hot right now. And unfortunately, the positivity of the black man is not selling. So we gotta sell the trauma. We gotta sell the ratchetness.
Yeah. That's a fact. And I just feel like I'm gonna stop saying I feel like. I believe like the culture, it's in a bad space, because I can't even remember any standout performances from the award show to where it went viral. Like, every year it used to be that one performance, like, damn, he shifted the culture, or she shifted the culture. Like, you had Missy Elliott, you had the Busta Rhymes, like, you had artists who you had the Chris Browns, you had artists who really put in work for the performance to where it stood out and it shook the culture. This before social media was really a thing. I'm talking about when we was kids and you was going to school, like, damn, did you see how what such and such hanging from the ceiling? And like, it's none of that. It's just come out, get ratchet, 304 shit. All right, we out of here.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
remember when Hip Hop Awards is still on BET? Remember the Cypher? How they used to come out spin, and we used to talk about, like you said, before BET Awards, nigga, you have to really have talent to make that platform. Now I just felt like if you hot, you know what I'm saying, you can get on there. Like, I remember a few years ago, that one dude, I don't know if he's a LGBTQ plus, but he had that song that Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. They let him perform, and like, it's like, come on, bro, are you serious? Like, this is what we resorting ourselves to.
Yeah, the hip hop. I think you're talking about the Hip Hop Awards where they had the cyphers and shit. Because that's what I was thinking of too. Then I'm like, okay, them two different award shows. I was looking for that cypher.
But they both on BET though, right? If I'm not mistaken,
both on BET.
Yeah, BET Hip Hop Awards and then the BET Awards. I think overall, like y'all was saying, like, just with the performances, like, it was just lazy. There was no choreography. Like, them niggas used to be out there just breaking a sweat. Like, it was crazy. You get me? You was like, okay. We didn't even have a performer that was like that, because even if the choreography isn't there, you usually got a Chris Brown, like you said, or somebody that's the star that could come out there and sing, dance, act, nigga, fly around the stadium, do whatever. Like, we didn't really have that. We just had girls coming in, looking sexy, shaking their ass for, you know, a little bit here and there, and really just walking around like rappers damn near, and then stop every take some ass and then keep it pushing.
Yeah, facts. But that goes back to not having the legends like kind of gatekeeping the culture. Like, we cried about them gatekeeping it, but them was the ones who laid the blueprint. Now that they took a step back, like, okay, we're gonna let the youngsters have it. The youngsters is fucking up the culture. Like, we need somebody with some type of representation, proper representation of the culture to be headlining these type of events. Like, yeah, let the youth
to keep them in check, huh?
To keep them in line. Like, for every Sexy Red, we need a Lauryn Hill up there, or Jill Scott. You know what I'm saying? For every whoever the young hot guy is, we need a Nas up there to just take it back to the essence. And you know, we need the balance. It was no balance. I felt like it.
Balance,
I see no balance.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
So overall, with that being done, you feel like if the BT have more of a balance, they can kind of make a comeback now?
I think so. I think too, like, even having what's his name, Shabuzi up there, the country artist, right? Like,
oh yeah,
a lot of people don't like that. I don't necessarily like the song, but I thought it was cool because, again, it's showing black people in a different light that we.
Yeah, it was a different pathfinder. Pathfinder for country music.
Okay. Overall, I think it was like, I give it like a 5 out of 10, a 4 out of 10. It was like I said, Taraji carried it. The performances was whatever to me. The tribute was cool, you know.
That's a damn shame when the best performance of the night, the most talked about performance of the night, came from an actress, not even a musician. Taraji had the performance of the fucking night, performing somebody else's song. Like, come on, bro, that's what a culture is. Like, we gotta stop playing, bro. It's too much talent out here on the underground, on the come up, that's not in the mainstream. And to be real, BET will never be great again until it's black owned again. I could be wrong. It might. I don't know if Viacom or whoever we sold it to sold it back to niggas, but until it's black owned again and we really control the whole narrative of the channel, BET, Rap City Basement, Big Tigger, like them days when Vita was on there, and we really had shows 106 in Park that really embodied the culture. It's not going to be great again until we come back to a time like that, and that we have to run it and control the narrative. As long as somebody from outside the culture is dictating the narrative, this is what you get. What Kendrick say? They not like us.
Not like us.
Yeah. And it's because I think, you know, when you're from outside the culture, you're looking at numbers, right? You're looking at engagements, analytics. You're not necessarily looking at the nuances that our culture, that I feel like somebody from the culture is going to pick up on. It's the same way how Kendrick had people that nobody knew from the city come out. Like, whereas if maybe somebody else would have ran the show, they would have had some who, you know, niggas we don't even know, but because they had 1 million subscribers, or whatever the case, they would have been there. So I think a lot of it is that too when it comes to BET. They're not necessarily staying true to the culture. They're staying true to the analytics and the numbers. And so that's what you're seeing as well.
Hey, look,